Hi, I'm Laura Bowles, Executive Director of Martinsville Uptown, and this is Uptown. I'm here this afternoon with Debbie Hall, who is
the Executive Director of the Martinsville Henry County Historical Society.
And you are also with the Historical Society, you have another position.
We operate the Martinsville Henry County Heritage Center and Museum here in the historic Henry County Courthouse.
That is quite a mouthful.
It is.
So tell me about the courthouse. This used to be the Henry County Courthouse until what year?
October of 1996. That's when Henry County moved the court system out to the new courthouse on Kings Mountain Road. So this building was closed as an operational courthouse at that point in time.
And how did the Historical Association acquire it?
Well, the Historical Society joined or formed in March of 1996, basically for the purpose of trying to preserve this building. And we approached the supervisors at the time, and they were willing to work with us to give us time to acquire interest and funds to help preserve this building. We felt it was too important a structure in Martinsville and Henry County history to allow it, to just sit or to not be in use.
And so when did this museum open?
The museum opened earlier this year, January of 2011.
Yeah, and it's absolutely fantastic. If anybody hasn't been down to see it, it's magnificently redone. And you've also got, you've got a courtroom upstairs, which is great for lectures, or you're having a play presented there shortly.
Yes, Theater Works is presenting the Caine Mutiny upstairs in the Circuit courtroom next week, October 19th through the 22nd.
Okay, and then you've also got meeting space here that the public can come use?
Yes, you can rent the courtroom for meeting space, and you can also rent our exhibit rooms downstairs, which is where we are now in one of the exhibit rooms.
And how many exhibit rooms are there?
We have 4 exhibit rooms on this level. The room that we're standing in now is the timeline room. We're working to develop a timeline history of Martinsville and Henry County. Our center exhibit room is a room that will change the exhibits over time. And then the front exhibit room is our collector's gallery, where we will exhibit collections from different persons in the community who have collections that they wish to share with the public. And then we have a smaller exhibit room as you first come in that is some of the items that the society owns.
And what kind of things does the society own? I think I saw, was there an old-fashioned camera in there and a spinning wheel?
Yes, sir. We have an old-fashioned camera, a spinning wheel. We have a pump organ. We have a great quilt that a lady by the name of Maddie Smith made a number of years ago. We also have a clothing collection from Virginia Wendell, who is a local historian who collected clothing for a number of years. And
what time period does the clothing run from?
From the late 1800s on up through the 1970s and later.
Oh, isn't that neat? 1800s dress. Now, is that something that's currently on display or that will be?
A portion of the collection is on display upstairs.
Okay. Now, the room that we're standing in, you said that this is the Martinsville Henry County Timeline Room.
Yes.
So as we look around here, I see that we have a photograph over there of the way that Martinsville Henry County used to look in years past.
Yes, that's on loan to us from the city of Martinsville, and it's an overhead view of Martinsville in the mid-1950s.
Oh, wow. And then below that, there are other pictures of the way that the city looked in years prior to that.
Yes, that's correct.
And then we continue along, we've got archaeological remains, we've got early settlers, we've got log cabins, and then this collection is fascinating to me, the Civil War pieces.
Yes.
Now, where did you get this collection?
These are on loan from the collection of Dr. Mervyn King.
And I love the fact, I've never seen bills that were done from the individual states. We've got Virginia and North Carolina. I mean, who knew what dollars used to look back before the Civil War? And even a Confederate one. Yeah. I know it must have been really sad if you had a lot of your money tied up in Confederate bills when the Civil War came.
You were out of luck at that point in time, I think. Yeah.
But now this room, is this going to continue to remain a permanent exhibit?
This will be a permanent timeline room. It's a work in progress right now. We do have some items in here, but it's constantly under construction, I guess I should say.
Okay.
So,
but the exhibits in the other rooms will vary?
They will vary. Currently in our center exhibit room, we have World War II posters on loan to us from the Patrick County Historical Society, a cabinet maker's tool chest on loan from Doug Stegall, as well as a World War I poster that he has, some antique toys from Dr. King's collection, a crocheted American flag made by Mrs. Turner from Collinsville, which is absolutely spectacular, and items from the family of Francis Shackelford Levitt. That room will be changing out in a couple of weeks. We're getting ready to display a Vietnam exhibit. We're working with historian and author Tom Perry to honor the men from Martinsville and Henry and Patrick counties who lost their lives in Vietnam, and Vietnam veterans as well. So that exhibit will open November 13th here at the courthouse.
Now, tell me where you get all these collections on loan. Who owns these collections?
The items that are on loan, the people who own those retain the ownership, and we have paperwork that we sign that they agree to let us display the items for a certain length of time, and then they will either go back to them, or if they want to extend it for an extra 6 months or whatever, then we can do that as well.
So if I have some of my great-grandmother's antique pieces that are just sitting around collecting dust, that might be something that you would like to showcase here.
Yes, possibly.
And I can just bring them over and let you set them up so people can look at them, enjoying them.
Yes.
But they're still mine, and I can have them back.
Yes, we do have a collections and exhibit committee that reviews the items, and then if we accept them, then they would be on display for however long you were willing to let us do that, up to probably about a 6-month period, and then we would revisit that.
Oh, that's terrific, because you know that there are a lot of people in this community that have, things from mom and grandma and great-grandma, because we love our family history and kissing cousins, and I know I collect all kinds of things, so I bet there's some people around that aren't aware that they can loan things to the Historical Center.
They can donate them permanently if they wish to, but they can loan them as well, which is a lot of people prefer that.
But it's amazing, there's obviously a lot of interest in coming to visit the Historical Center, because I know in Oktoberfest you had a record number of visitors that joined you.
We had around close to 200 people come through the doors that day.
Yeah, so there's a lot of interest. And if you haven't come down, please come down and visit. Your open hours are?
Tuesday through Friday from 10 to 5, Saturday from 10 to 3, and admission is free.
So y'all come on down, see Miss Debbie, and check out our fantastic Historical Center Museum.